In recent years, we've seen a growing trend of people packing up their bags and leaving certain U.S. cities for good. Whether it's due to rising costs, dwindling job prospects, or even a decline in the overall quality of life, people are saying, enough is enough, and heading to greener pastures. Cities that once thrived are now facing shrinking populations, shaky economies, and troubled infrastructure. So today, we're diving deep into the top 10 U.S. cities that everyone is leaving in 2025. It's not just speculation. The numbers don't lie. Let's get into it. Number 10. Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore, Maryland, once known for its rich history and beautiful harbor, is now losing residents faster than ever. The city's population, which stood at 611,000 in 2018, has dropped to 569,000 as of 2023. That's a 6.8% decline, and it's expected to shrink by another 2.7% by the end of 2025. So, why are people leaving? Safety concerns play a huge role. Baltimore has one of the highest violent crime rates in the country. In 2023, there were 57 homicides per 100,000 people, one of the highest murder rates in the nation. While sectors like healthcare and education remain relatively strong, other industries are faltering, and nearby cities like Washington, D.C. offer much more attractive job markets with better pay. Add to that aging infrastructure, underfunded public schools, and even a bridge collapse on the Key Bridge, a major artery, and it's easy to see why people are fleeing for the suburbs or out of state entirely. Number 9. St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis, once the gateway to the West, is now a gateway for people leaving. Its population has plummeted from 308,000 in 2018 to just 286,000 in 2023. That's a 7.1% drop, and it's forecasted to lose an additional 2.8% by 2025. One major issue driving residents away is crime. St. Louis has a violent crime rate of 1,472 per 100,000 residents, compared to the national average of 370 per 100,000. While crime is a big problem, it's not the only one. The city's local government has struggled for decades to address issues related to infrastructure, public transportation, and economic opportunities. And don't get me started on the weather. The humidity in St. Louis can make you feel like you're living in a sauna for half the year. Between crime, poor governance, and a declining quality of life, it's no surprise people are heading out of St. Louis and fast. Number 8. Birmingham, Alabama. Once a steel powerhouse, Birmingham, Alabama is now rusting at the edges. With its population declining from 212,000 in 2018 to 196,000 in 2023, that's a 7.7% drop. Forecasts suggest Birmingham will lose another 2.9% of its residents by 2025. People are leaving for various reasons, but infrastructure issues are at the forefront. Roads riddled with potholes that turn into ponds after a rainstorm, underfunded public services, and a struggling job market in comparison to nearby cities make it hard for Birmingham to retain residents. The weather doesn't help either. Hot, sticky summers followed by sudden cold snaps don't make for comfortable living. Young professionals are increasingly looking for better opportunities elsewhere, and they're finding them. Number 7. Santa Ana, California. Santa Ana, the heart of Orange County, has seen its population drop from 334,000 in 2018 to 308,000 in 2023, a 7.8% decrease, with another projected loss of 3% by 2025. The soaring cost of living in California has pushed many longtime residents out. Median home prices in Orange County have skyrocketed to over $900,000, and the average rent is around $2,500 per month. This makes it nearly impossible for many families to stay, forcing them to move to more affordable states like Texas, Arizona, or Idaho. The job market also hasn't kept pace with the needs of the population. Santa Ana, while having a few strong industries, lacks the tech-driven opportunities available in nearby cities like Los Angeles or Silicon Valley. It's a city squeezed by economic pressures, and people are making tough choices to leave. Number 6. Hialeah, Florida. Hialeah, Florida, part of the greater Miami metropolitan area, has long been known for its strong Cuban community and cultural vibrancy. However, the city's population is declining rapidly, dropping from 239,000 in 2018 to 220,000 in 2023, an 8.1% decrease. By 2025, it's predicted to lose another 3.2% of its residents. One of the key factors driving this exodus is the rising cost of living. Housing prices have increased dramatically, making it difficult for younger generations to afford a home or save for the future. Florida as a whole has seen an increase in its population, but Hialeah is not sharing in that growth due to its economic pressures and a struggling job market that hasn't kept up with demand. Number 5. San Francisco, California. The iconic San Francisco Bay Area has seen a sharp population decline. In 2018, the city had 884,000 residents. By 2023, that number had fallen to 808,000, a drop of 8.6%. The forecast is even bleaker, with another 3.3% expected to leave by 2025. The high cost of living is the primary culprit here, with median rent for a one-bedroom apartment hovering around $3,200 per month and home prices pushing well over $1.3 million, even high earners are struggling. Many tech workers, once the backbone of the city's economy, are relocating to more affordable places like Austin, Denver, and even Seattle. Homelessness remains a persistent issue, and the vibe of the city has changed drastically, with many longtime residents feeling that the rapid gentrification has stripped the city of its character. Number 4. El Monte, California. El Monte, located east of downtown Los Angeles, is another Californian city losing residents. With a population decline from 116,000 in 2018 to 105,000 in 2023, that's a 9.3% drop, and projections indicate another 3.3% decrease by 2025. Housing prices are the main driver of this exodus. The median home value in El Monte is around $620,000, which is well beyond the reach of many working-class families. The schools are underfunded, and traffic congestion during rush hour makes commuting a nightmare. People are leaving for more affordable areas with better public services, whether in other parts of California or out of state entirely. Number 3. Aurora, Illinois. Aurora, Illinois, known as the City of Lights, is facing a dim future when it comes to population retention. In 2018, Aurora's population was 202,000, but by 2023, that number had dropped to 182,000, a 10% decrease. By 2025, they're expected to lose another 3.4%. Aurora's proximity to Chicago, while an advantage for some, is a drawback for others. The weather in Illinois can be brutal, with snowstorms in the spring and humid, oppressive summers. Additionally, traffic congestion and a lack of high-paying job opportunities compared to other Chicago suburbs are contributing factors. There are simply better options nearby, and people are taking advantage of them. Number 2. Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi has been dealing with a population decline that's nothing short of alarming. In 2018, the city had 167,000 residents. By 2023, that number had dropped to 146,000, a 12.7% decline. And by 2025, Jackson is predicted to lose another 4.8% of its population. The city is grappling with a serious infrastructure crisis. Water contamination, unreliable supply, and failing treatment plants are some of the most pressing issues. Add to that high poverty rates and a violent crime rate that has been historically much higher than the national average. While Jackson's crime rate has improved slightly in recent years, the city's infrastructure issues, including lead contamination in drinking water, have driven people away in droves. Number 1. Paradise, Nevada. Paradise, Nevada, part of the Las Vegas metro area, takes the top spot for the city most people are leaving in 2025. In 2018, it had 235,000 residents. By 2023, that number had dropped to 183,000, a staggering 22% decline. The forecast predicts another 5% drop by the end of 2025. The main issues driving people away are the high cost of living, especially utilities, coupled with a lack of high-paying job opportunities outside the tourism sector. Water scarcity is also a serious concern. Las Vegas, including Paradise, gets 90% of its water from the Colorado River, and the area has been facing extreme drought conditions for years. While the tourism industry remains strong, the volatility of the job market has made it difficult for many residents to stay long-term.